What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ziggy Doom, man. It is about 1 o'clock in the morning, our time. We just got back from watching Avengers Infinity War. I've been waiting on this movie for 10 years. This Marvel Cinematic Universe has been going for 10 years, and every time they make a movie, they seem to deliver. So Infinity War is basically a culmination of all of the movies into one. We're going to be doing a review real quick. It's going to be spoiler free, so y'all don't have to worry, not spoiling anything. But this time, unlike Black Panther, I got my son with me. I told him, I said, you going to do this review with me. I know he tired, he been up all day, but he going to do the review with me. So, what did you think about it? Start to finish. Interesting. Was it one of your favorite Marvel movies, or?
I went to that. Black Panther, without a doubt, was probably the best. I like the beginning, whenever the spoiler, I don't know, from beginning to end, it started off with a plot.
Bear with him, this is his first review. He's tired too, so he did have that glove. I told him not to push the button. It makes sound, and he pushed the button in the theater, and everybody kind of looked at him like, what's going on? But yeah, that. So the movie's good, okay? For all the people that have followed Marvel throughout the years, the movie's good. It's basically Thanos getting the Infinity Gauntlet and wanting to wipe out half of the universe, and the Avengers trying to stop that from happening. That's the plot of the movie, basically. Now, as always, Marvel has trailers for their movies, and the trailers are baloney, okay? So, from now on, if you watch a Marvel trailer, just call it baloney, okay? Because 10 times out of 10, it's not going to be in a movie. I'll just say that. Don't look at the trailers and expect them to be in a movie, okay? But, yeah, just like Thor Ragnarok, just like Black Panther, the trailers are they just baselines, I guess, to get you hyped for the movie. It wasn't really a Avengers movie, It was really a Thanos movie, and understandably, because there's no way they could have been able to tell all of the Avengers stories, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 stories in that movie. Now, there were a lot of superheroes in the movie, okay, a lot. And if you've ever read a comic book, comic books jump from one panel to another. There's part to that part. It doesn't go, in a row. And that's how the movie was. It jumped from scene to scene, and it was all over the place. But if you follow Marvel throughout the years, it won't confuse you, And the Russo brothers did a great job, because it's hard to pace a movie when you got that many superheroes and that many characters. So they did a good job, pacing everything and making sure there wasn't too much of one thing and not enough of the other. I will say this though, if you have not followed the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's your first Marvel movie, if Infinity War is your first Marvel movie, you're not going to enjoy it as much as a person that's followed it throughout the 10 years. I say that because it'll be kind of hard to understand the stories, and you won't really get the jokes, okay? So that's one knock against it. If you just, let me just go watch Infinity War, you are going to be like, what? But like I said, they did do a good job of bringing everything together. There is, a love story. There's a love story, okay? If you read the comic books, you kind of know where things are going. Thanos wants to wipe out half the universe with a snap of his finger, and if he gets all the stones in the Infinity Gauntlet, he can do it. There is a love story. There is some tragedy, and really, yeah. Well, there is tragedy, and it wasn't overwhelming. The movie is over 2.5 hours long, a couple of minutes longer than Civil War, but because there's so much going on and it's so deep, the time flies by quickly. We started at 9:30. I looked at the time, it was like 10:15, and then I looked again and the movie was almost over. So it does go by quickly, but it is action packed. Okay, you got your one-liners. For me, I'm disappointed in the Black Order, kind of, sort of. You know, in my opinion, they don't really pose a real threat. Okay, you know, they may look menacing and dark, but they don't pose a real threat. So I'm kind of disappointed in that. You know, and once again, any tragedies that happen in the movie, because there's a such thing as a time stone, it's kind of like, it doesn't have as much weight when someone dies because of things like that, and because, you know, they have to come back and everything. So for me, it just didn't hold as much weight. Just like in Black Panther, I can spoil it now. When Black Panther died, you knew he wasn't going to stay dead. There's no way. So it just didn't hold any weight. It was like, all right, he'll be back. You know, that's kind of, you know, you can't really get around that, though. The Marvel Universe is so big and it grew so fast. You just know certain people are going to come back. It's like, oh, you know. So that was, I mean, you can't get around it, okay? But the Russo brothers did a good job. And of all the Avengers titles, you know, because I really like how they clue in the titles. Of all the Avengers movies titles, I have to say the Infinity War title in the movie is the best one. It just got me amped up. They hit it right at the exact moment, and you know that dun, it just came in perfectly. I love that part. You know, that's just me personally. You know, you got all the people in the trailers you've seen, and you see the unique team ups with certain people teaming up with other people, and it kind of just works. You know, some story arcs are a little more tense than others, and some have a little bit more one-liners than others. But overall, like I said, it comes together, and the way they put it together in that movie, it's worth to watch. You know, I'm gonna watch it about 2 more times. You know, just to make sure I got everything and I didn't miss nothing. And that's usually what I do with Marvel movies anyway. I watch them 2 or 3 times. So we really didn't get to see, they couldn't focus on one person or 2 or 3 people too much, because it was about Thanos, man. This is really Thanos' story, okay? And I understand the method to his madness, but that might not be the best way to resolve issues. He thinks the best way to resolve issues, as far as like hunger and suffering and, you know, running out of resources, his resolution is to randomly wipe out half of the universe and let the other half thrive with the resources and everything. That's his resolution. But there's a part in the movie where he has a huge conflict, okay? Huge. I'll just say that. And he has to make a choice, you know, and it's huge on him. But it just reminds you that he may not be human, but he does have, you know, feelings and care and concern, because, you know, we all thought Thanos was just heartless, right? I mean, I thought he was, you know, heartless and self-centered, wanted the Infinity Gauntlet for personal reasons. But he does have his moment in the movie where you realize that, you know, he has feelings. But aside from that, man, Thanos' movie, the pacing was good. The one-liners were pretty good. I mean, they hold their weight against Thor Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy, because those were the funniest one-liners in the whole Marvel universe. Thor Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy, they can, you know, Drax is just a funny guy, man, and he delivers here. He has limited time screen for obvious reasons, but he delivers his one-liners. You know, Rocket Raccoon, everybody hit their marks, man. I can't really find some of the people. Okay, some of the people they threw in just for story. They had to throw these people in. They didn't need them. They threw them in just for story. Stan Lee made his cameo. You know, it was pretty brief, pretty quick, but he made his cameo. He got it in there. Stan Lee got to be about 199 years old, but he's still doing his cameos. Now, the post-credit scene, this one right here, it rivals the very first one when in Iron Man 2008 when come on, having a brain fart. Nick Fury came out and talked about the Avengers Initiative. This post-credit scene rivals that. That right there was the bread and butter of Pope, but this one rivals it. I really want to go as far as saying this one tops it, you know. So make sure you watch this post-credit scene, because it will definitely get you amped up for the next Infinity. Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp will be out in July. And Infinity War 2 will be out in May of next year. So, and this does set up Infinity War Part 2. It sets it up perfectly. Like, you know where Infinity War 2 is gonna start from, and you know what has to happen. This one sets it up perfect. But because, once again, because you know there's a Part 2, you know, all of the deaths, they kind of just, they don't hold as much weight, man. And this is as engaged as I wanted to be, and as like sorry and hurt and angry as I wanted to be at the deaths, I just know, like, all right, they'll be back. So it couldn't, you know. But yeah, man, I will give it, I give it a 9 out of 10. I'm not really into the ratings thing, but I give it a 9 out of 10. I say 9 out of 10 because they don't really make perfect movies. You know, Black Panther wasn't even perfect. And that was one of the top-notch ones. And this may or may not be your best Marvel movie ever. My favorite Marvel movie is Civil War. That's the bread and butter. Civil War, Winter Soldier, you know, and the rest, Iron Man, and of course. But this one is definitely great. Take your family to watch it. You know, watch it more than once if you can. You will enjoy it. From beginning to end, it was never no slow, dull, boring moments, ever. You know, it was always something going on. It's really action-paced. One more thing I want to say about the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know, man. I mean, it's pretty powerful, but Thanos was holding back. I'll just say that. He was definitely holding back because that gauntlet with those gems could do anything, and he was holding back, clearly. So Doctor Strange too. I mean, I didn't understand why he didn't just warp, but you know, I'm not gonna spoil anything. You'll see it in the movie. But 9 out of 10. The movie's great. I'm gonna go watch it again. I don't have any complaints, you guys. You'll like it. 2 thumbs up, whatever. Siskel Bieber, he wanted to push that. But all right, man. I'm about to. That's it for this review. Y'all stay posted. My next review, I might do Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know, depending on what I have going on. But Avengers Infinity War, 2 thumbs up. Yeah.